Mr. President, Honorable Head of States and Governments, dignitaries, and ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor and privilege to address you on this 74th session of the United Nations General Assembly. It's indeed my sincere belief that the General Assembly is vital in galvanizing multilateral efforts and actions for poverty eradication, quality education, climate action, and promoting inclusivity in all its forms to advance our global agenda for people-centered development, for common progress and prosperity. We in this Assembly, more than ever before, must realize and work towards ensuring no one or nations is left behind in the pursuit of progress and prosperity in this age of interdependence and interconnectivity. The Government of Federal Republic of Somalia warmly welcomes this year's theme for the General Assembly, which reminds us all on the importance to double our efforts through greater international cooperation to ensure we as a nations individually achieve the sustainable development goals for reducing poverty, improving the quality of education, addressing the adverse effects of climate change, and promoting partnership and inclusivity in all our actions at home. Partnership in all their forms are a must if we are to overcome the greatest common challenges of our time, including security, poverty, climate change, and sustainability. In this globalized world, no nation, no matter how strong or prepared, can individually stand alone against the tide of global challenges which require common action and coordinated multilateral responses. We must strive to create the condition for individual fulfillment and common prosperity in line with the vision of Sustainable Development Goals. I'm grateful to be here with our valuable partners, of whom many are represented in this great assembly today, for the constructive role they are playing in Somalia's successful journey to full recovery from a very difficult past. We are also grateful for the role of the United Nations has and continue to play in Somalia's development journey on the ground. We are committed to working with the United Nations to advance our inclusive national development agenda. Indeed, Somalia is a great example of the importance and success of the international multilateral system, as it has been benefited from the support of both the United Nations and its member states bilaterally. Somalia's road to recovery, led by its resilient people and government, has come a very long way, and yet we cannot be blind or remain silent on the discontent with the rise in inequality, poverty, and division caused by unfair globalization, which has become dominant in the world today. Without doubt, inclusivity in all its manifestations must come to the fore if we are to succeed in galvanizing multilateral efforts for global security, poverty eradication, quality of education, and climate action alongside the other development priorities. Mr. President, Somalia is also playing a key role in the Horn of Africa's socio-economic development, and we are confident that the cooperation between the Horn of African countries will enhance economic development, political stability, social, cultural connectivity, and most importantly, security cooperation among the countries in the region. Horn of Africa region offers unrivaled opportunities for economic development and growth for its people if we can further strengthen the political, social, and economic ties between our countries and our global partners. Horn of African states are not alone in working together towards a better future for their countries and people, because we have many friends who are supporting us all along the way for the interest of peace and security in the wider world, and we thank them. while Somalia promotes economic integration in the region and encourages its business community to invest in countries in East Africa and beyond. Somali communities continue to invest in the Republic of Kenya, which indeed contributes to the growth and economic prosperity. Somalia and Kenya are neighbors on the Indian Ocean coast of East Africa who enjoy peaceful and friendly relations. We owe much to Kenya for their steadfast support for Somali's people over the years. While our overall relations are excellent, our maritime boundaries has never been delimited and is the subject of disagreement between our two sister states. Bilateral negotiations did not achieve an agreement in the past. In order to obtain peaceful and equitable settlement in 2014 and in conformity with international law, Somalia instituted proceedings before the International Court of Justice, the highest legal authority of the United Nations. We are very pleased that the court found that it had jurisdiction to resolve the dispute and that it scheduled final hearing on the merit of the case for the first week of November this year. Somalia, as a member of the United Nations and a party to the statute of the court, is committed to seeing this judicial settlement process through to its end. Somalia has pledged to comply with the court's final judgment and to accept the boundary that is delimited by the court. As a matter of international law, the court's judgment will be binding on Kenya as well. And we trust that when that judgment is issued and the boundary is established, a lasting settlement of this long-lasting dispute will finally be achieved. In addition, on September 3, 2019, Peace and Security Council concluded that African Union is not empowered to intervene in this case before the court. Mr. President, I would like to further to report that at the margin of the 74th United Nations General Assembly in New York, and exactly on Tuesday night, September 24, 2019, President al-Sisi of Egypt, who is also the current chairman of the African Union, convened and chaired a meeting between me and the President Uhuru of Kenya, the meeting which was very fruitful